We have been talking about this for years of your timeline. We will say we have especially ramped it up in the last 2 years of your timeline. Each and every time we come forward, in a certain sense, we are flipping on the switches to help you remember. And you are remembering. And as you uncover, discard, something like that, we will say you are peeling back the layers of the films that have been your self-identifiers that are no longer serving you. And that is very important. Getting down to the essence of it is very important. We say this with the intentions for you to take it to heart, not for you to turn around and spout wisdom as if you know it, but to do the work on the interior experience, to let yourself be the one who takes what we offer in the reflection of the ways to do the work, the ways in which to peel back the layers, the ways in which to illuminate your remembering, the ways in which to recalibrate how it is you live your life, and to take that seriously into and of yourself. It is, we say, an autonomous process to be able to stand wholly in the eyes of yourself upon yourself. This is a very key factor as to moving forward. We know that in a certain sense, some of you may have come forward this day to hear or listen or be a part of this for the word, how should we say, predictions, or to help make sense of what is going on in your world experience at this time. Part of that is meetable with us. And also we are going into the deeper layers, if you will, the underbelly of where it is that this is coming from. To reconcile one's fears is some of the greatest human experiences you can do on this earth. To face your own inner fears is to face your own inner demons, the ways in which you have believed lies upon yourself perpetrated by others and the world collective as a whole, and as the word would say, the word would be your karmic connections to things that you have wanted to bring into your experience in order to finalize, in order to heal. You see that old operating systems do not work, but you have to bring those old operating systems forward. You have to pull them out of that which you are participating, and that can be quite difficult. You already, many of you know that we've been talking about this for a long time. And the reason is because you truly are recalibrating to new humanity. You are really, truly those first forerunners who begin to make the changes and become the accelerated humans. This is not for the ego's stand. This is for the spiritual stand. This is for the ways in which you hold and stand firm, listening to the truth that radiates through your entire being. But you have been pushed into areas, corners, ways of being, constrictions, characters of not doing that, of not knowing how to listen, to be the authenticity of you. Well, if you cannot be the authenticity of you, to listen deeply and know what your soul is speaking on, or know what you are truly plugged into, how you are playing a game in and on yourself at times even, and how to stop playing that game. If you are capable and able to do that, you rise in your fullness. You rise in your capacity to be wider and wider and wider and wider and wider and wider and wider with consciousness. It is a consciousness revolution that is happening here on this planet. It is a consciousness evolution that is happening in the human being and collectively as humanity. It is that is what is occurring, and you are moving yourselves through a timeline that is bringing you to edges. Some may opt to fall over the edge, and that is that. We mean that with lightness. We mean that because eventually they realize as they are floating down and floating down and floating down that they fell off the edge, they realize they can fly, and they are in a different dimensional field of awareness. You call that death, we call that eternal life. We mean this with lightness because we want you to see yourself, in a certain sense, many of you standing on the edge. And as you are standing on the edge, you have to realize in time, with all the work that you do continuously, even at the edge, that you have wings. And sometimes your wings have been clipped, and sometimes you are regrowing them, and you are strengthening them, and you are healing and mending them, and you are awakening them to their strength and their ability. But in time, they become strong enough for your flight. And that is when you do jump. That doesn't mean death is there only when you jump. It means that you are ready for your next available awakening awareness to the totality of your being. And therein lies unshakable faith, as our beloved channel was speaking about earlier. We like this connection to those words because unshakable faith is a energetic signature that comes from the freedom within that has been found with one's willingness to do the inner work. Deep dive, as our beloved channel says. So we are weaving a number of things together this day because it is very important that you are feeling in the word rational realms, as well as anchoring the higher light information. We want you feeling that you are using both hemispheres of your brains, essentially, that you are connected to the higher cosmic intelligence of remembering the truth of your being and remembering why you are here, and being with your feet rooted and grounded upon the earth, feeling the ecstatic joy you can feel in a physical body, feeling the ecstatic joy for being alive itself. For that is a thing that many are, I want to say, holding back on. Reasons is because they buy into what seems to be the truth of the reality.